My day normally starts pretty early. It became a habit when my kids were younger. And so I'd have the evenings with them. I'd sacrifice by getting up. So I typically get up around most mornings 4 or 5, spend time in the Word, then go work out, then take the kids to school.
Anything that he is passionate about, he gives it 100%.
Pastor Carter was always a focused individual. He's more mature than a lot of us. The thing about him was he always was driven.
I always had a dream of being a pastor, but I never dreamed it'd be in this kind of context. The pastors I knew had small churches, they had other jobs.
He wanted to be a principal, teacher, superintendent, and then on the weekend, then be a pastor, because that's all he had seen. That's what he had seen in his father. And there's no such thing as being on staff or full-time staff.
I felt like my hometown would probably be the best spot there in Oklahoma City, and felt a unique calling to that space, but it just didn't work out.
During that time, San Marcos had this huge teacher job fair. It was every school district across the country, but we ended up choosing Fort Worth because they were doing some great things with their school district.
When I was in my interview, she was like, "What school do you want to go to?" I said, "Put me in the hood. That's where I want to go. That's my people." And so I ended up in Stop 6, Dunbar Middle School, the definition of the hood. And I was there and I loved it, because that's what I did. I wanted to be like this male teacher that kids could look up to. I taught math and science, and I was planning to do that and pastor, so that they could see me in multiple roles.
We joined Concord in July, really enjoyed Concord, we were loving it. But it still was, ooh, it's so big, ooh, I don't know if they really need me, I don't know if I can really serve.
I had a mentor, Dr. Katy Perry, who had introduced me to Dr. Bailey, and so I wrote him a letter, had a meeting with him, and just began to tell him a little about my story. And in that meeting, I had every plan to really ask him, "Hey, can you recommend something smaller? Because this church is really big, you don't need me here, and that's not what I'm used to." My question never came up. By the time we got through talking about my passion for young people, boom, he's introducing me to the youth pastor. He got me involved, and I'm okay with that, because I just felt like this might be the good fit for us. In July of 2000, he asked me to come on staff over associate pastor of discipleship. I'm shocked with that, because I didn't know there was a such thing as a church staff and people working behind the scenes. That was a dream come true for me. And then before long, when it became time looking for a successor, he ended up selecting me. One of the realities of being a pastor, it just demands on time. I mean, it's just a reality of it, that it's very fulfilling, very rewarding, but also can be very consuming because of the 24-hour, 24/7 cycle of ministry with deaths or with crises or with Sunday comes every single week. It's demanding.
When something in the community happens, whether it's great or whether it's unfortunate, I can usually tell by his face when we're watching the news how he's going to respond. You can see his mind working on how he's going to respond and what he's going to do. And then the phone will start ringing of different community leaders in the city.
Excellent leadership brings tangible benefits to the people that follow. That's the kind of leader that Pastor Carter is, and that's what we need, especially today.
I try to live that out by serving on boards, having a relationship with the city, having a relationship with the police chief, with the DA, because if you don't have a relationship, if you're not engaged in these issues, when stuff happens, the church can't be effective. We can't make a phone call because so-and-so got arrested immediately. No, you gotta have relationships. You gotta be providing them accountability. You've gotta be giving them insight so they can better serve. And so I think it's about relationships and service and advocacy. What I've learned from a lot of my mentors and pastors is just to make sure I prioritize family and make sure you take care of home.
He is such an awesome dad. And I'm not just saying this because we're on video and we're celebrating him, but he just does some really cool things.
Like if I have a performance and Kayla has something and like Carson has something, like he like makes a way for like him to be there like all at once. Like I don't know how to explain, like he's there. Like it's weird.
What goes on his schedule not only is his meetings or his board meetings, but also whatever activities our kids are involved in.
I've been pastoring 15 years, but been married to my wife 21 this same year. Her support and her love and her prayers and her encouragement has been an incredibly blessing to my life. We have our highs and lows like every couple does, but I am incredibly thankful for her.
The legacy that you have laid, the foundation you have laid, whether it's pouring into discipling men, whether it's how you love your children and how you love me, how you give tirelessly to the community. I just want you to know that I see you and I admire you.
I wanted to let you know that I love you very much, and I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, towards taking care of me, bringing me lunch, letting me beat you in all the basketball games because I'm better than you. And I just wanted to let you know that I really admire your work in the church and outside in the community. It's really cool to see how far you've come, and I can't wait to see more.
Dad, I'm happy for you. I'm happy how you had grit through all these 15 years and have flexibility to make it and not quit. And I'm happy for you to serve the gospel to all these people.
I am so glad you're my dad, because there couldn't be anybody else more than important for you to be my dad, because it's cool to have a dad that's PK and still has time for his family. And yeah, just keep doing you and you'll be great.
I thank God for just the legacy and the foundation that you are providing, not only for our house, but also for the members in the community in Dallas, but also around the world.
I'm incredibly thankful. I'm thankful to God that He would trust me to lead God's people. I don't deserve it, but in His grace, He's given me an opportunity to do so. And so I'm incredibly, incredibly thankful to make it 15 years and to serve in this space and trying to just be the man He wants me to be, the father and the husband He wants me to be, as well as the pastor that He wants me to be.